everybody, welcome to the J&J Horn YouTube channel. I'm Justin, and what me and the wife did today was that we went to Blackjack Harley Davidson's anniversary party in Florence, South Carolina. We partook in demo rides, and we also watched a special stunt show. I've ridden a Lowrider S from Harley, as well as a 2024 Street Glide, which is my current bike now.
First Harley I got was the Lowrider S. I was trying to go for an ST, but at the time I didn't have enough to put the down payment on.
Oh, I gotcha.
Woo.
Hi, I'm Jody from J&J Horn. So this is my bike back here. It is the 2018 Sport Glide. It is used. Typically, we are always up at Blackjack, and I remember it was their Halloween event that they had going on, and I came home with the bike. It's actually a little backstory. The only bike I took a picture on, and I came home with it. I fell in love with it. So at the anniversary party, I only test rode 3 bikes. I test rode the 2025 Heritage, and the one thing that really stood out to me was the windshield. My windshield is not that tall. It was a lot shorter when we got it, okay? And then my husband surprised me with a new windshield, and it is amazing. But I think the Heritage windshield is a little bit taller than my windshield is on the Sport Glide, and I did like that. When you ride bikes, sometimes that wind really can knock your head around. The Heritage is kind of similar to my bike, so I didn't really have many problems with it. The only thing I did kind of like was that it was a bit more powerful than my bike, but it's not as powerful as his Street Glide.
So the first bike that I rode was a Lowrider ST for 2025 year. This bike has the 117 high output engine, which is a little bit stronger engine than what's on my bike right now. This bike when I rode it, has mid controls. I didn't particularly like the mid controls since I have ridden a Lowrider S 2023 year model, which had the same controls, except it just had a bearing and I could feel the power in it. It's plus the T-bar setup for me was kind of in a weird position from stock. You want to try this one?
What is that?
Huh?
What is that?
The Lowrider ST?
Is that what that is? It looks huge!
It's not. It's the same platform. It's just it's got a fairing instead of this.
You just want to switch?
Yeah.
So that one was a Heritage, and this is a Lowrider ST?
Yes. If you can ride my bike, this is no problem. I'm telling you. The only difference is where how the handlebars are. It's a T-bar setup instead of a regular standard. Okay? Second bike that I test rode was the 2025 Heritage.
Okay, different. These are mid.
Yeah, I like that.
With this one, while riding it, I could feel there was a little bit more torquiness in the engine when you roll on the throttle. Of course, it felt a lot lighter and nimble, than the bike that I'm currently riding now.
How did you like it? It was more powerful than mine. Was it comfortable to ride? A little. Okay.
She's got a Mustang seat.
I don't know how I feel about these pegs.
We'll be fine.
But that's because it's a soft tail and it's a different setup. It is a small bike. But for the soft tails, this bike is a really nice bike to ride if you are not trying to get into the touring line and you are trying to go long distances.
The second bike I rode was the Lowrider ST. ST. Now, all the opinions that I have about these bikes are opinionated to me, but I did not have many likes about this bike. The main dislike I had was the mids. I have Forbes on my bike here, and let me show you. Right here is where those pegs would be. I just wanted to show versus on my bike where they were. So whenever I was sitting, it made me feel like I was squatting, and I didn't like that. I was not comfortable at all. That was my first ever time on mid controls. And
The handlebars?
the handlebars, I don't remember, but I'm sure you could probably hear in the video that will show about my opinions on that bike. Are we stopping here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy to put in neutral. That's a definite no for me. Oh, those pedals.
You don't like the peg?
Oh, absolutely not.
How's the power though?
No.
But dang, that's got kick.
The third bike that I test rode was the Streetglide Ultra. The Streetglide Ultra is basically the next step up from the bike that I currently have now. But the main key difference is it has an upgraded shocks from Öhlins, as well as lower fairings and a tour pack on it with a higher windshield.
Anyways, the third bike I rode was the Road Glide. Now, this bike is gorgeous. I love the Mystic Shift color. I really do. But that Road Glide was a little bit too big for me. The fairing and the handlebars. You know, with Street Glide, the fairing and the handlebars are all together. When you move the handlebars, the fairing moves. With the Road Glide, the handlebars and the fairing is separate. So when you move the handlebars, the fairing stays. And I've test rode his Street Glide a couple times now, and I do prefer that the handlebars move with the fairing. So I think that was the first dislike I have. Now, I'm not opposed to a bigger bike, but it's just not meant for me right now. I'm in love with my baby.
Love you too.
I test rode the Road Glide. The one key thing from this bike that I didn't like personally, and this is my opinion, I prefer the lower bars. I don't prefer the tall 8 hangers personally. After that, there were a couple bikes that I did test ride that aren't on video.
Dislike that bike.
The next bike that I test rode was the Breakout. This bike for me felt more like the Chopper-esque muscle bike to me. It was a really fun bike to ride. I mean, the trikes, which with me, coming from 2 wheels to 3 wheels, I feel like I was more muscling this bike than driving it. The last bike that I rode was the 975 Nightster. This bike, when you first look at it, it may look like it doesn't have that much power, but when you ride it, this bike has a higher rev limit, as well as its power is more concealing it until you get above 2,500 RPMs. Still stick by my choice of the Streetglide 2024 that I have, mainly because to me it doesn't feel as large, and the handlebars are in a great position for me, even though they are the stock handlebars. I did end up having to change the windshield on mine because I am 5'8" and I had to put an 8-inch windshield on. But if you ask me, when it comes to all the bikes that I rode, all of them are great bikes. It just all depends on what you ride. And all my opinions today are all opinionated to me.